Hello guys, we are next to the river again. It's almost 6 o'clock in the morning and I've just finished the walk, coming up and down the hill, this time a different hill because I'm somewhere else this week. And I was thinking a lot about being scared. What are we scared about? What are we afraid about? Why are we afraid about? You know, I was scared of doing something this morning and I did it. It was something that was bothering me. Why would this stop me from realizing my potential? But not only my potential, why would anybody be scared? And I figured out it's more about this connection to darkness, to all the things we've seen on the TV. The kind of fears that we get as children. We pick up fears, not only our fears because we fail at something and then we are afraid of failing it again, but we also get told what we should be afraid of. For example, I was thinking about when you break a leg or on an arm, immediately you are fragile and you hold the arm like this, and then they put the cast on, you heal sometime, and then sooner or later you start feeling better, and you already help yourself with this hand after a while, after having a cast for a while. And then you come to the doctor and the doctor takes the cast off, and I remember how afraid I was of using the hand. And they told me, come on, it's healed, it's okay, you can use the hand, it can hold the weight that you want, because it's healed. And as a child, I was still afraid, and I was testing, is it really true, and all this. So I needed, let's say, a week to really fully trust my hand and to be able to do things. So, um, this is the way how we conquer the fear. When do we conquer it? When we forget about it. Until I think about, oh, this is my fragile hand, this is, I cannot do it because it is difficult, the arm could break, until I have this in my mind, it stops me. It's logical to have this kind of fear, and then you test, okay, but when you test, you need to let it go eventually, or you will not be using the hand properly the whole life. So what I'm referring to is, when you know you're afraid of something, you can decide, keep this fear and it limits you, or you decide, no, I'm gonna conquer this fear. I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna test it the first time and see what happens. I'm gonna test it the second time to see what happens. Third time, I will be more confident, And maybe we need, I don't know, 5 times to test and see, okay, it works out, okay, everything will be fine. Maybe it's justified, and the first time you will be doing it, you will say, okay, I don't know, for example, going to the mountains, and then you are afraid of certain cliff, or let's say something. And you can decide, will I continue on this or trust myself that I'm, capable enough to hold myself and to keep myself safe? Or will I just say, no, it's too much, I will not go there? I know it can be a combination of different fears. It could be you could be afraid of heights. You could be too responsible for your family, and thoughts come, what will my children do if I disappear? Will they have money to survive? All these kind of things come when you go through life. But in the end, it's always a decision. So I'm really proud to say that on this Tuesday, after, starting another 14-day grind, I actually tested 3 times what will happen. Well, nothing happened. So do I trust it enough in order to let it go? Well, I feel better for sure. So I guess tomorrow it's gonna be another test. And then maybe after tomorrow again, We'll see. But the point is, even though I am scared, I still say, look, when I have to decide to stay put where I am and just say that's it, and then hopefully I will not regret it at the end of the life, I say to myself at this point, when I'm able to do it, I will do it. I will see what that is. Is this something that it's appropriate for me? Is this something that I could enjoy? And rather think about the experience itself when I will be older. I will remember doing it and I will say, yeah, okay, I did it. Even though I didn't like it then, this would be one option. Or the second option will be, and you see, I kept doing it the whole life. And it might happen I would not be doing it if I wouldn't try it out. So it's the same with this, you see. The sun rise, and I could say to myself, stay at home. Who cares about the sunrise? Or when I will get older, I will say to myself, remember those sunrises when I did what I was afraid of, I didn't want to. And I would be sad not to have these sunrises with me, or this video, for example, or remember that I conquered this fear, those kind of little details. And I decided with you together, following these videos, to actually do it. So I am urging you, come along, join me, and we'll go together. You see, this path towards the sunrise, this is what the path we can take together and find out what life has to offer. Not to win, not to conquer anybody, but just figure out who are we at the other side of the fear, and what life brings at the other side of the fear. Because if we go to work, anyway, things happen, but still, life happens outside work. Work is for money, I would say. If somebody can perform their purpose working, great. To me, life happens outside work. So come along and let's go together.